Man, this is crazy. You gotta bear with me. I'm trying to figure some things out with this. With this. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying before. Wow. My screen is just acting up. Everything is acting up on me right now. Everything is acting up. Today is not the day. Today is not the day to record live for me, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. So yeah, crypto thoughts. As, yeah. Do your own due diligence and live life. That's the best thing I could say. Do your own due diligence and live life. Because people are gonna do what they're gonna do. They're just gonna do what they're gonna do. I was saying in my last video, there's this thing called blackbitcoin.org that just came out, I believe, this month. And it's supposed to be some type of, I don't want to say a fork off the BitConnect token, but they are modeling their system similar to BitConnect, but they're pushing staking. That's their thing. They're lending. They're still in the vein and the paradigm of lending, but they're pushing the staking narrative. Like they have the same types of staking levels, going 10 levels deep, and people got to be careful, man. Why? Because there's so many projects that are out there that are promising all untold amount of earnings, an untold amount of earnings that, you know, people love to hear that. Who doesn't want to have universal basic income? Who doesn't want to have passive income? I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to be political and stuff, but passive income is almost akin to universal basic income. In other words, having multiple streams of revenue coming in where you don't have to depend on just one source. You know, you don't have to depend on your job, or you don't have to depend on income, fixed income, or income you're getting from your business, entrepreneurship, or whatever, you know? Because see, some of these guys, and I've said this before, with the Craig Grants and Trevon James, like I'm like up in the air with those guys, because you know they have talent and everything. They definitely have talented marketers. That's how I see it. Like as far as touching the people, they know how to connect with the people and market. It's just they tie themselves with projects that don't hold up to their end to the of the bargain. You know, they tie themselves up with projects that have scammed out, and that's what hurts their credibility. That's what hurts the credibility of people like Craig Grant and Trevon James. And this is now, I'm not throwing shade at them, but they've been in janky projects. These are just that's just the truth, the fact, you know, and they still are connected with projects that are just not. I mean, come on, man. I don't see why they can't get involved with something like Gandhiji.io. I may be speaking like a broken record. Why? Because this is a platform that's been running for 18 months and has not scammed out on anyone. And it has a long-term vision, period. And it's helping people in India interact with crypto. Okay, without any speculation. If you would have kept your Ethereum or your crypto in that contract, you would have had on an annual basis, after a year holding your coins in there, you would have had gained 836%. That's an average. Sonny said today, the developer, 2.2% a day earnings. But because people can't deal with the short term, because right now folks don't like the fact that Gandhiji is slow. The contract has its volume, but it's not as active as other contracts. It's not as active as platforms of the past. You know, people are addicted to that fast money, man. You want that fast bread. Folks are addicted to the fast money. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, but you can't downplay something that's been working either. And then when people, you know, these guys that have the talent to market, to spread information, to be creative and getting involved with different projects and spreading the word about crypto, because this is about, you know, generating interest for what? To create some type of mass adoption, because, you know, you want to introduce a product that people can use, right? You want to introduce a product that people can use over a period of time, and not a project that people are going to end up losing out of, or get exit scam. This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing. Like, you know, you have heads who are running these crypto projects who don't talk about Gandhiji.io. Why? I don't know. What's going on, Vitalik Buterin? What's going on, Ethereum Foundation? If they have, then much respect to them. But you have these people who are, you know, I would say, you know, well-renowned blockchain experts who don't speak about projects like Gandhiji.io or other projects that have worked. Quiet as kept. But, and why, I guess maybe is because of this whole thing with the dApps and how there's more garbage than treasures in dApps. There's more projects that have scammed out than have withstood the test of time, you know? People talk about, oh yeah, you know, this project is long term, but again, they do short term things. They, you know, you get caught up in these short term tactics, these price fluctuations that happen on a day to day, and then you end up making drastic mistakes, jumping into hypes, high yield investment platforms, listening to YouTubers who don't have your best interests at heart, listening to people who are telling you how much money they can make and how you can make the same, and it doesn't work out like that. You know, it just does not work out that way. It's crazy. It's crazy. How can someone who's not involved with crypto find your video because they've gotten interest, they stumble upon your video, and then you're talking about a project and you seem honest. They get into the project, and not only does the project scam and you get scammed, but the viewer or the participant, the newbie, gets scammed as well. It doesn't leave a good experience for them. They are now targeting, like, your credibility is mud. Your reputation is crap. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. What happened with Ace Wins? What's going on with them over there? I don't know. You know, it's nothing good though. It's nothing good. What happened with all these projects that have come and gone? Promoters that were, you know, literally, I guess, I don't know, hurt or embarrassed. They don't make videos anymore. Promoters from 2017, they don't make videos anymore because they caught on. Some of us who are still around, you know, keep chugging along. But I try to personally not talk about projects that are going to scam out on the people, because that, in effect, that's going to hurt me, and I would look like the hypocrite. And I'm not here to support scams. I'm not here to support projects that are robbing the people. I'm not here for that. Crypto Saint, how are you, man? I loved your live earlier. You were completely on point, and you inspired me to jump on live. You inspired me to jump on live because I had some thoughts similar to what you were saying in regards to thinking, you know, just pretty much pushing the envelope and thinking outside of the box, because this sector that we're in is still niche within a niche market. And there's just a lot of craziness that people are getting involved with, forgetting about the big picture. Forgetting about the big picture. You know? Like, it's not about just your day-to-day earnings. It's about how many other people can experience the day-to-day earnings with you in a legitimate way without getting scammed. Without getting scammed. Stop repeating the same mistakes over and over again. You got these guys that have talent, man. These guys that have talent. These guys that have a voice. They have a following of thousands of people, whether they paid for the following or not, or whether they, grew their fan base organically or not. But they still get tied up with projects that go nowhere. Knowing that you got Gandhiji.io that's just working, period. I like this project called Bomb token. It's deflationary, but it's slow traction. It's slow moving. It's the first of its kind. And there's a community over there that they're budding, they're working, they're expanding, building their own ecosystem within the framework of crypto on the Ethereum blockchain. They've introduced XIO in addition with their tokens to help entrepreneurs who have startup, aspirations to receive funding through crypto. That's a whole nother network over there that I've been following that I respect, but they don't get the light they deserve. I like masternodes, but the bear market, it's what it is. And that as far as generating passive income through the masternode, I would say way has been different. It's been different because of the bear market. Well, even though we're kind of like in a bull market, but there are other opportunities and other ways you can trade. You can do these things, but people want that fast bread. They want the fast money. They want the fast money. They want the fast money now at all costs because BitConnect spoiled the people. BlackBitcoin.org is out and it's supposed to model BitConnect. People, be careful. Do your due diligence. There's a community in BitConnect that's actually trying to reclaim the value of the original blockchain because of what it's done to the community. So now BlackBitcoin.org is the latest. That I've heard. BBC, blackbitcoin.org. And people to this day, try to create projects that model BitConnect, or would say this is what BitConnect should have been. You know how impactful that is? People still are affected by that. I'm one of them. Not even gonna lie. I just don't talk about it often. But I'm one of them. That's why I'm doing my videos in a way where I'm trying to share my experience so that people don't get caught up the same way I did. So people don't, experience the L's that I've experienced. It's crazy. K9 Savage. It's a video. I'm doing a video on crypto. What's going on? So this is what I'm talking about. How can people become empowered and see, this is the thing, because some people could say it's all the developers. The developers are all, the shady developers are culpable. They're at fault, 100% accountable. But the promoters have some type of accountability as well. That's how I feel. The promoters have some type of accountability as well. Especially the promoters who know better, who've been in the space for X amount of years. They keep doing the same. They haven't amassed the same success of previous. So they keep chugging along, okay. But when you keep, when they align themselves with projects that don't amount to anything, their credibility gets shot. That's why I have a hard time with some of my come on, man. I want to say my peers because I'm not different, but I have a hard time with some of these guys that have huge channels. And much respect to them. They have these huge channels and huge following, but they're connected with people who don't follow their vision, and they don't understand by now that a lot of these developers are only out for themselves. Or they do understand and they take the handout. They take the monies behind the scenes. They make shady backdoor agreements and then dupe their followers.